guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you my current foundation routine. I've been doing this exact routine for about 2 weeks now, and it is waterproof, it's full coverage, it's luminous, and I think it's perfect for summer. Even though I've only been doing this exact routine for 2 weeks, I've loved the way that my foundation has looked using these products. So I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. And even if you're someone that has oily skin, you can still use this routine because I am using a matte foundation, but just add other matte products with it to really keep your foundation locked in for the entire day. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the foundation routine now. So I'm gonna go in with a primer first. I'm gonna be using one of my favorites. This is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. You can find this at Target, Walgreens, CVS, anywhere that carries L'Oreal. It's a great primer if you're looking for something a little bit more luminous. This isn't gonna make your makeup last through the day. It's just gonna make your skin have a little bit of luminosity to it. So I absolutely love this primer. I've raved about it before here on my channel. It's one of my favorites. I'm just gonna take a full pump of this onto my fingertips, rub it in, and apply it to my entire face. And you can already see like the sheen that it gives my skin. I love it. I even wear this primer on days that I don't wear makeup and I have to go run errands because it just makes my skin look so good. Once I have the primer rubbed onto my skin, I go back in and press it in just to make sure it's like really locked in and ready for my foundation so it doesn't like slide everywhere. I've also been taking it under my eyes, which I know sounds a little weird, which has been helping my concealer go on better, and I feel like it just wears better under my eyes when I have this primer on under there. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this one is in the shade Moonstone. I have been loving this stuff. The cool thing about this product is that you can actually apply it to your face bare, then apply foundation, or you can go in after your foundation and apply it to like the highest point of your cheekbone, anywhere you would highlight, bridge of your nose, or you can go in like I'm going to do today and mix it in with my foundation. So I'm just gonna take a half a pump of this on the back of my hand. That actually came out pretty fast. It was almost a full pump. And then I'm gonna go in with the foundation that I've been using recently, which is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I have the shade 4.0. I tried to do a full first impressions on this, and then I even tried to do a review, and everything went wrong in those videos. So I thought I would just use it in this video because it's what I've been using, what I've been really liking, and I do have dry skin. So hopefully this helps you if you were curious about this foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with a half a pump of this. I do not recommend going in with a full pump when you begin to apply this, even if you want the most coverage, because you can get cakey really quickly with this foundation. I always like to go in with a small amount first and build up, especially with matte foundations and definitely with this foundation as well. Now I'm just gonna mix my little foundation cocktail together here on my hand, the foundation and the Shimmering Skin Perfector. And then I'm just going to apply it to one side of my face. Again, just a small amount because I can always build up if I need to. And then I'm gonna be using a damp beauty blender to blend it out today. And I'm just gonna pounce it onto my face. I was really surprised when I first tried out this foundation because it is so liquidy, and for some reason I thought it was gonna be a little more thick. Maybe because it was supposed to be like a matte full coverage, but I definitely thought it was going to be a lot thicker than it is. I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more of the foundation, and I'm just going to pat my beauty blender into the foundation and then press it on to the side of my face. I am going to take some of the foundation over my eyelid. I know not everyone likes to do this. I think it's just a personal preference. I like to, just because I have a lot of discoloration on my eyelids. If I were to actually use this foundation without the Shimmering Skin Perfector in it, then I would only use a half a pump for my entire face. But using the Shimmering Skin Perfector by Becca, it definitely shears it out some. So I do have to use a half a pump on this side and then a half a pump on this side to get full coverage. Again, the key to applying this is to go in with small amounts. I'm telling you, if you go in with a large amount right off the bat, it is just going to be a cakey mess and it's just not going to look good at all. I'm just going to pick up the last of what's on my hand and blend that right through this area, which is where I have the most discoloration. So this is what a half a pump looks like on this side of both of the products mixed together. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to do a half a pump of the Becca and then a half a pump of the Urban Decay. And I'm going to mix them together on the back of my hand and then apply it to this side of my face. And since I didn't get to like fully review this foundation for you guys, I will let you know if you plan on picking it up, definitely shade down a shade. So find your shade, go one shade lighter in your undertone and it'll be perfect for you, because when this foundation does dry, it dries a full shade darker. Originally, I actually thought I was gonna be 5.0, but then I was walking through Ulta and it had dried on my hand and it was so orange and a lot darker. So if I were to wear that shade today, I would probably look like an Oompa Loompa. And normally this foundation would set to a powdery finish. Nothing like chalky, but it definitely has something to it where it's not just like, you know, you can tell you have like foundation on your skin, you know what I mean? Like it sets for sure. Because I went in with that liquid from Becca, it's not going to have that same finish at the end. If you do plan on applying bronzer and blush, I would definitely say use a translucent powder to just set those areas so that it blends out a little bit better. Picking up what I have left on my hand on this side, dabbing it right here. As far as primer and foundation go, this is what I've been doing. And I've also been going in with this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector right under my eyes after my foundation. So I just take a little bit of this onto my middle finger. I know I'm supposed to use my ring finger, but I always use my middle finger for this. And I go right where that dark circle is and I go right under it. And I don't bring it out like I would a normal concealer because I just wanted to cover that darkness. If not, this could look a little like I'm sick, I guess, because it is pink. So I'm just trying to cover the darkness under there. I've been having the worst time sleeping at night. So I have bags and darkness, just all the stuff you don't want under there. This stuff just really brightens up the eye. I absolutely love it. And then I'll go ahead and show you guys what I do as far as concealer because I have one step left in setting my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the concealer part, but as far as foundation, that part is done. So I'm going to go in with my concealer now. I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in the shade Neutralizer. I picked the shade Neutralizer just because it has more of a yellow tone to it, and I used so much pink right there in my eye, so it helps to balance it out a little bit. I also find that the Neutralizer is lighter than the actual light shade. So I'm just going to apply this in a triangle motion like I normally would. I like this entire area to be covered in concealer to really pop it. I have a very large face, so this works out best for my face shape. Also going to take some right down the side of my nose. This is a little trick I do to contour my nose a little bit. I'm going to go back in with the Dampen Beauty Blender and press that under my eye. And then I'm just going to press whatever I have left onto my eyelids just to brighten them up a little bit. And if I don't set my under eyes, I will crease like nobody's business under there. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Diffuse Light. I usually bake under there if I'm going to be like wearing a full face of makeup. But I recently found this again in my collection and I've been using it under my eyes and I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to be taking this Sigma Tapered Highlighter Brush F35 and I'm just going to get a little bit of product on there, dust it off, and press it under my eye area. You want to make sure that you cover the entire area that you applied the concealer. Just so that when you go in and apply your blush and bronzer right in this area, it doesn't hit that concealer and then make it look choppy. So you just want to make sure that you set that area also. And the great thing about this powder is that it's not a matte powder. It actually has a little bit of a sheen to it. So when the light hits it, it diffuses off that spot on your face that you applied it, and it just looks very like healthy looking. And I'm just gonna take a little bit over my eyelids just so that they don't crease, because the only oily part I have on my entire body is my eyelids. They are the only part that get oily and crease. It's so weird. So the last step that I do to like seal everything in before I go in with blush and bronzer and all of that, I will go in with some MAC Fix Plus. I know most people go in after their entire makeup is done, which I do that as well. But if I'm going for a very like flawless canvas, I will actually go in with the MAC Fix Plus right now to just kind of set the foundation, the concealer, the powder under my eyes, let it sit there for a while, and then I will go in with blush and bronzer. And I feel like it just works really well with my dry skin doing it that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and douse myself with this. You want to try not to make very many facial expressions while this is setting, just so that it doesn't crease into any of your smile lines or your fine lines on your face, anything like that. Because that would kind of defeat the purpose of even using it. If you are someone that has oily skin, you may not want to go in with a Fix Plus because it is going to add just a little bit of like, you know, luminosity to the skin, which being dry, I absolutely love. But if you're oily, you probably don't want that. So I would probably recommend something like the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This is actually the All Nighter foundation that's brand new by Urban Decay that I used today. So these two together, you would be ready to go for the day if you are someone with oily skin. So those are all of the products and the steps that I'm using in my foundation routine right now, and I absolutely love the finish that I'm getting from it. Everything is so different that I'm using, but they play really well together. Like the foundation, it's full coverage, it's a matte finish, and it's waterproof, so it's perfect for the summertime, but it doesn't give me the luminosity that I like in my dry skin. That's why the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector liquid is perfect to mix in with it, because it gives me that finish that I love. And of course, the Lumi primer is just amazing. I use it every single day, you guys. Like, I have not like strayed away from this in so long. I love it so much. If you guys haven't tried it out and you're looking for something to just give your skin a little bit of life, I definitely recommend this. I love it so much. And I do plan on doing kind of like a sculpt and glow tutorial showing you guys how I sculpt out my face. Still looking very natural, but really defining my facial features. And then of course highlighting, because I gotta have that glow. So be sure to let me know in the comments if you are interested in seeing that type of video. I've been just like sculpting my face a little bit differently recently, and I want to share what I'm doing with you guys. So be sure to let me know if you want to see that. Also, if you have any other questions on the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, just leave them in the comments below. I will answer them for you guys. I'm really sorry that I could not film that video. I just felt like everything was against me to film that video. I mean, I tried 18 times. Like, I'm not kidding, 18 times to film that, and something went wrong every single time. But I will say I have really been enjoying the foundation mixed with Luminous products. If I were to wear it alone, it's a little too matte for me. If you are someone with oily skin, I think this would be HG status for you. Like, I think you would really like this foundation. It's very comfortable, it's matte, it's a long wearing. I mean, what more could you ask for in a foundation? If you are normal to dry, I wouldn't say that this would be an everyday foundation by any means, because you have to use other products in with it, like Luminous products, before or after the foundation to make it really work for you. But with that being said, I really do feel like this is a great foundation for photography, for videography, for like filming, or for like a very special event when you need your makeup to last all day long. Or if you're just someone in the summer that wants full coverage and you don't mind spending the extra time mixing in Luminous products like I did today, then I think it's a great foundation. But again, if you do have any other questions on this foundation, just let me know in the comments and I will respond to you, because I have been testing it out for a full 2 weeks now. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next week in my next video. Bye.